Your Excellency, recently we were exchanging views in the prison and police authorities, and our observation was the police and prison officers are treated as civil servants. But school teachers carry chalk, doctors carry stethoscope, agriculturists carry hose, the police and prison service carry arms. I think it's a mismatch to treat the police and the prison service as traditional civil servants. We have agreed with my colleagues that we should rewrite the modus operandi and operational procedures and habituation for the police and the prisoners. These are armed services. They are not traditional civil servants, because now a police officer can go away and you can't charge him with desertion. He can't be at war. The police officer can go away and take leave without pay. Now how do you maintain command and control of prison officers and police officers, armed people who are dealing with national security, being treated as ordinary civil servants? The same goes, Your Excellency, for the citizenship immigration control. Immigration. I thought, in my view, I thought immigration was our first line of defense. Immigration is our first line of defense. So immigration officers cannot be treated as teachers, for instance, or community development officers. Your Excellency, we are coming up with papers to review the conditions of the immigration service, the police, and the prisoners. Your Excellency, allow me to thank you for finding time from your busy schedule to personally preside over the commissioning and passing out of prison staff. Your Excellency, the Commissioner General of Prisons has presented to you the detailed performance report on implementing of the strategic directives and guidance on a part of the Uganda Prison Service that you have from time to time shared with us. I'm not going to repeat what he has said, but Your Excellency, allow me to reaffirm that Uganda Prison Service is now a major producer of raw cotton, cotton seed, maize seed, supporting Uganda's agro-industrialization agenda. Your Excellency, given this ability to produce seed, prisons should be supported with machinery and inputs to build more capacity to produce and supply seeds under the parish development model, produce cotton to support the revival of the textile industry, produce food under the National Food Security Strategy to mitigate the threat of hunger, and produce furniture for all government offices. Secondly, Your Excellency, if enabled, prison has the potential to produce all uniforms for the armed forces, including shoes. I'm discussing with potential investors to partner with prisons to establish a tannery for the benefit of all armed forces. There is no doubt, Your Excellency, that with adequate support, Uganda Prisons is a strategic partner in Uganda's development. Not only do we want to produce shoes, we also want to produce gadgets, pips, caps, etc., belts, etc., so that we save money from importing rapid prisoner population of 8% per annum. Your Excellency, in the recent past, we have recruited a number of judicial officers, judges, registrars, chief magistrates, and magistrates to fast track. Your Excellency, in order to make judiciary more effective, there is a need to equally facilitate the police, the Directorate of Public Prosecution, and Uganda Prison Service to complete the chain of justice. Your Excellency, the Uganda Police Force, Directorate of Citizenship Immigration, Control, the National Identification and Registration Authority, the Directorate of Government Analytical Laboratory are equally on a correct path of implementing your directives and guidance. Your Excellency, the Uganda Police Force has built a number of staff housing units, including 444 apartments at Naguru and Chira, with 125 other housing units constructed across the country. Your Excellency, in order to improve staff housing living conditions, my ministry, in consultation with the Ministry of Finance, is engaging with a low-cost developer for partnership to construct staff accommodation for Uganda Police Force, Uganda Prison Service, Directorate of Immigration and Citizenship Control. This will fully address the challenge of staff housing under the ministry. Your Excellency, the National Identification and Registration Authority has registered 26,975,581 citizens into the National Identification Register. NIRA will conduct mass registration of the remaining citizens and mass renewal of all national identity cards that are expiring effective 2024, aimed at correctly identifying all our citizens. Your Excellency, citizenship registration and identification, alongside installing of cameras and in cities, towns, and along highways and peri-urban areas, will highly contribute towards the elimination of criminal acts in villages and urban centers. Your Excellency, it's my highest assurance that my ministry will continue implementing the strategic directives and guidance in order to strengthen internal security, peace, and stability in the country. Lastly, I congratulate the 3 categories of trainees presented by the Commissioner General in his remarks. To those who are graduating today, be patriotic. Patriotism is essentially putting the country above self. Your Excellency, allow me to take this opportunity to invite you to address this gathering. I thank you.